In PMGC 2021 Super Weekend 3, it was different from the previous 2 weeks. The teams that had lost before chose a more aggressive playstyle this weekend to fight for the tickets to the finals, while the teams who had already gotten tickets continued their efforts and enjoyed the game to the fullest. The Infinity and S2G were strong in the first game of the East and the West respectively. Not to be outdone, the other teams responded quickly in the later matches and pushed the game to a white-hot intensity. Now, let's review the teams that impressed us the most in Super Weekend 3. Nigma Galaxy from Iraq couldn't get past 16th in Super Weekend 1, but in Super Weekend 2 they leapt to 3rd in the rankings. By Super Weekend 3, they were back on form, continuing their performance with 167 points and finally ranking 4th in the East with a total score of 376 points. Pochinki is a traffic hub on the Erangel map, and fierce battles often break out around it. Few teams choose to start here except for Nigma Galaxy. This is one of Nigma Galaxy's favorite jumping spots. They will quickly look for vehicles after landing so that wherever the safe zone is refreshed, they can take advantage of Pochinki's highway network to move quickly, leaving plenty of time for their own preparation. In Miramar, Nigma Galaxy chose to jump El Pozo, which is also a place where battles occur frequently and the traffic is convenient. We can see that Nigma Galaxy is not afraid to engage the enemy and has a very clear idea of how to play the game to their advantage. Thanks to their high mobility and excellent fighting ability, they often score huge points and quickly improve their ranking in the East. The Xavier from Vietnam missed Super Weekend 2 and desperately needed a ticket to the Eastern League Finals in Super Weekend 3. However, the Xavier struggled on day 1, scoring only 23 points and ranking 19th in the East. It was only on day 2 at Miramar that they finally rose above the slump with a score of 13 elims to obtain a ticket. At the end of the game, the Xavier had only 2 players left and were still in a sparsely covered depression surrounded by constant gunfire. Facing this unfavorable situation, the Xavier first focused on taking out the nearest stalwart player, then used grenades to clear out Nigma Galaxy and reject on both sides. When they prepared to tackle 628 across the road, the Infinity struck first and eliminated them. At this point, there was no suspense in the game. The Xavier beat the Infinity, ranked 16th on the overall leaderboard, and won a spot to the Eastern League Finals. Rise from Brazil topped the Super Weekend West rankings and is a team that works very well together. In Super Weekend 1, Rise only ranked 9th, but they made a quick adjustment and rose to 6th in the second week. By the third week, Rise matched the pace of the lobby, ranking 1st with 186 points and topping the Western leaderboard with 446 points. 5 minutes into the second match on day 1, a fierce battle broke out between Rise and Bullock Chabton. At that time, Bullock Chabton tried to knock out the solitary Noons, but his teammate Mythic quickly backed him up. Not only did he kill 3 members of Bullock Chabton, but he also successfully saved Noons, laying the foundation for the subsequent game. In the finals, there were still 4 teams left. Rise built a defensive line along the houses, facing the onslaught of X-Set. Mythic, standing on the roof, swept it away with a wave of fire. But as he was also knocked down, X-Set took the opportunity to launch a second attack. Fortunately for Rise, this push was directly shut down by Mufasa, another fire point of the team. After that, Rise formed a 2-1 formation to attack the nearby supermassive Blaze, but the 2 assaulters were knocked down one by one. Fortunately, Mufasa, who was in charge of covering, seized the opportunity and swept supermassive Blaze away. Finally, it was the duel with Furious Gaming. Mythic and Mufasa were knocked down one after another, and Garrix was also in danger. As Furious Gaming was about to end the game, Noons in the distance picked up his weapons to start a cover fire barrier for his teammates and strove for time for Garrix to recover. Garrix did not betray the trust of his teammates, won a dozen of 3 at last. After 3 weeks of competition, the PMGC 2021 Super Weekend show also came to an end. With excellent performance, the Infinity got first place in the rankings of the East with 506 points, 97 points higher than the second place Genesis Dogma Gids. Stalwart and Nigma Galaxy ranked similarly at the end of the 3 weeks, ranking 3rd and 4th respectively, while 4 rivals finished 5th in the rankings despite not winning a single match. In the West, Rise and Alpha 7 from Brazil took the top 2 spots. Unicorns of Love from Europe also did very well over the Western League stage, ranking 3rd with 417 points. S2G was the most chicken-eating team of the Super Weekend and easily attained 4th place. Ghost Gaming and Natus Vincier missed the 3rd Super Weekend, but they had already won a ticket to the finals with their previous points. Other teams also contributed their own wonderful performances.
Finals, when you have the likes of Nova, Dead Eyes guys, PTR, FaZe, Disavior, Down One Gaming, and Cryptic getting they need these as well. Oh no. Actually good news for FaZe. Oh no, this is insult. This is no. Oh no. No!